I literally don't understand some of y'all. Here it is. You got countless people showing y'all countless results of getting in shape, getting healthy, losing weight, and you still hell bent on sitting back thinking it's a damn scam. Well, stay fat, unhealthy, or whatever else the hell it is you is. But for those of y'all who actually want to take the time and do something about your life and make a change, try it out. Drop down in the description box and get you some of this tea and this NutriBurst. Girl, worst case scenario, if it don't work, throw the shit away. Bye. We gonna call this the mature episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And y'all still insist on forcing Destiny and Liberic ass on us. Wanna talk about it? God knows I really don't. But we gonna talk about it. Here you go. Nessa girl, y'all gotta forgive me in the background. Y'all know I'm traveling. I wanted to come to y'all before I had to be on set with the Love and Marriage Huntsville review because I watched it last night after I touched down or whatever the case may be. So the episode opens up with Mel and Martell got this big ass, extensive ass, extended ass football team they call a crew or a team in their office. Quiet as it's kept. They need to fire every bitch in there and hire a team of psychologists, life coaches, guidance counselors, and a couple of love doctors in that bitch as well, so they could get it all going on around their house and figure out what the hell they doing and not trying to be in gospel plays and selling skincare products and all kind of other shit that don't nobody want. Okay? Quiet as it's kept. It's rare that I ever agree with Martell, but I'm with him. It feels like at this point, you know, Mel is addicted to the thrill of being busy, and that's okay. A lot of people are like that. Candy Burris is like that, just addicted to being busy, and Mel is always doing something. I commend her for being ambitious. But to Martell's point, we got 100 things going on and only 4 of them bringing in money. And yes, I understand that we got to build them one by one and they eventually will start turning a profit. But we ain't finna go broke because Martell say, look, I got to pay the daycare bill for all these kids. I got to pay Arian Curry car note and her rent note and her gynecology note, because God knows he probably giving both of y'all vaginosis, trichomoniasis, back and forth, swapping coochie juice with the both of y'all. And you know, they canceled Obamacare, so, and he ain't old enough for AARP. So between them gynecological visits, them tune-ups on that BMW, and all them damn mouths around there y'all got to feed. Plus, he gonna have to get his daddy teeth fixed pretty soon. Martell said, look, we got to get some money coming in over here. Kimmi goes down to Maurice's job, or whatever the case may be, and then she sit down with him. Child, why y'all didn't tell me Maurice fixed credit? I would have been called them, child. I've been trying to scam my way into one of these goddamn houses in Atlanta like everybody else, bitch. I want $2.5 million worth of house for $500,000 like everybody else on these reality TV shows. So Maurice people, Millie, if y'all could scam me into a house, I got 500 on it. Hit me in the DMs and help me scam my way into one of these big ass houses so I could be living like Nene and Marlo and all the rest of them. Yes, God, honey, they living in the big house. I want to live in the big house too. Kimmi sits down and decides she gonna have lunch with Maurice, and she says that she turned in her letter of resignation, but her boss wouldn't take it. That made me smile. You know, you are one valuable employee when your boss say, bitch, you ain't finna do me like this. I need you. You ain't finna go nowhere. How much more money can I put on it to make you stay? That man said, you can't leave me now. And the sad part about it is, I don't want Kimmi to leave her job. Like, and this is just coming from a super personal place, if y'all will allow me to get personal for a moment. everybody knows all of my education. My formal education is in finance and accounting, and I was a corporate accountant for 9 years. I made excellent money, and with the educational background that I had, I would be making, tons of money right now had I would have stayed in the profession. But I did not like it. It was the most miserable 9 years of my life, because I actually started my career while still in college. It's horrible. Doing what I do now for a living, walking in my calling, doing something that I love, working for myself, being free. I understand the importance of career happiness. And I hope this is a word for somebody. Let me put my phone down real quick. Listen to me, daughter. You spend more time at work than you ever will with your husband, your wife, your children, or in your home. Ain't that funny? You work in order to buy a big house, but you spend more time outside your house than you do in the home that you work so hard to get. So fucking ass backwards. Nevertheless, with that being said, y'all, and I understand that it is not possible for everyone, but you have got to love what you do, because in this capitalistic society that we live in this country called America, you spend most of your time in your occupation. I got a rule. I got a dating rule. Can't no bitch come in my life talking about they want to romance me and all the rest of that. And the very first question I ask them on a date is, do you like what you do for a living? And if they say no, or if they stutter, step, or hesitate, the date is over beyond it, and we can't talk no more. And here's why. You cannot tell me you go out the house for 8 to 10 hours a day, dislike what you do, and that does not factor into how you are in every other facet of your life. If you are unhappy for 10 hours a day, it's reasonable to believe you're going to come home and be a miserable, bitter bitch. Okay? I said all that to say, Kimmi looks like she's been a nurse for 20-something years. Obviously, that lady loves it, and it pays her well. Leave her alone and let her be real estate fish on the damn side. That lady said she's been paying for Jayla's schooling with that damn money. And that's cute. Now, she said she wanted to pay off some things, and Maurice was like, well, if you're trying to pay off his rent and tuition, I got the money, we got the money, let me just go ahead and pay that off. That warmed my heart. What also warmed my heart is when Kimmi was like, yeah, that's fine and well, but that's not your responsibility. Like, Jalen is my child from another situation, and I'm not going to put that on you. So I love just that display of love between them. Maurice was saying, I'm your man, let me take that burden off of you. And she was saying, I'm your woman, I'm not going to put no undue burden on you. I just love those two. God, send me a man like Maurice or a man like Kimmi. Whichever one, whichever form you choose to send that spirit to me in my life, I'm willing to receive it. Just let them have 2 legs and good credit, Lord. Miss Wanda J came through with her boosted fashion on. Let me tell you when a bitch got stolen clothes on, when they won't let nobody else hold it. Now, Tisha done took that woman down to the nice old salon, had them try to help her get her hair fixed nice. And we're going to talk about hair fix. And the lady said, can I take your jacket? And she said, girl, didn't nobody want none of that stolen Beowulf anyway. No, God, honey, sitting up in there with all that German Shepherd fur on, had the nerve to have it fried, dyed, blow dried, laid to the side, then didn't want to let that lady hold it like she wanted to steal that hot-ass damn jacket. We see you, Wanda J. and while you worrying about her stealing your damn fur jacket, you need to be worrying about having 2 strands of fur left on your hair, all that goddamn glue that lady was putting in your damn scalp, okay? Huntsville people, it is no longer 1993. We do not put black glue on our scalp, okay? Miss Wanda said, yes, God, she was 6 to 8 months ahead of the WAP video with the updo. Baby, Wanda had that tornado, baby. Wanda had a tornado in the back, a hurricane to the top, and a couple thunderstorms coming down the side. I said, yes, God, Miss Wanda. And I'm going to tell you one thing about it. I ain't one for a bitch to be gluing and putting that black glue in my scalp. But I will say this, baby. That hairdresser had that hair fixed up that nice. Yes, God, Wanda. Now, let me tell you something. Don't... The reason your hair don't go below your goddamn ears is because you keep letting that lady put that black glue on your scalp. But if she had it up there, honey, she had to put it on there, and it was on there nice. It's going to pull out whatever's left or whatever little hair you got left. But I guess just as long as you keep letting her put them Category 5 tornadoes in there, you can hide the bald-headedness or whatever. She going to have your ass bald to the root. You keep fucking around with her. Now, Tish took Wanda to the thing to try to talk to her about the podcast. Tish was trying to tell Wanda, you get me fucked up in these streets because you keep going on running your mouth about these people. Then I got to see these people. They talking crazy about you. You my mama, so I'm going to love you and always defend you. But the next time you get on my platform, please, ma, can you just talk about yourself and not Mel and Martell? And Wanda, that's what you need to do because you talking real reckless in this street. And I'm going to tell you something. You know, I'm real classy based, right? I was raised real classy like. So I won't fight you, Wanda, but I'll fight Tisha on your behalf. And see, a lot of people like that was raised like me. Your mama talking shit, I can't hit your mama, but I'm going to hit you. You see what I'm saying? So Tisha, you going to mess around and somebody going to run up on your ass in Kroger fucking around with Wanda. So you might want to put a muzzle on her ass. While that lady was around there putting that glue on her scalp, she needed to be putting it on her damn lips. Martell and his dad hang out with the kids at the ninja place. Quiet as it's kept, Martell's daddy needed to be hanging out at the goddamn Golden Corral because his ass looked like he was damn too skinny, feeble, and frail to be trying to do any American Ninja Dynasty or whatever that cha-cha-cha 1, 2, 3 he was trying to do on that jungle gym. The man just got out of prison. We don't need his ass in the goddamn infirmary because he done broke a damn hip with his frail ass. Get his ass a ham sandwich and a case of Ensure. And we're going to try this again next year for the birthday party. Liberic and Destiny. Down to the damn dinner. Is it me? Or do it feel like Liberic and Destiny marriage is doomed before it started? It seems like they got a whole lot of criteria and they around here acting like college boyfriend and girlfriend more so than they are husband and wife. Now, I'm a bit of a hypocrite for saying that because y'all know I don't believe in the traditional form of anything. I feel like people should do whatever works for them. So if living separate, her moving in, them getting a new joint house together, her packing up her own boxes, him not paying for it, if all that worked for her, then so be it. Now, down to her taking his last name. You know, I ain't got no dog in the fight, so my opinion really is of no value to anyone. I understand Liberic's concern. I mean, what man in the traditional sense doesn't want his wife to have his last name, aka what man doesn't want to mark his territory? You are mine. You carry my legacy. But I also understand the sentimental value of what it is that Destiny was saying in reference to her being the last person carrying the name, because I think some of her people were killed and murdered, and I'm sorry to hear that. Does a hyphen situation not accomplish that? Or is that not enough? I don't know. And, you know, it's just weird because I know that's got to be a hard one for Liberic. But one thing about Destiny is that she comes across like a strong woman. And when she's made her mind up about something, that just is what it is. And that there is no coming back from it. And that is a trait that I admire in a lot of women, because some of them can lose themselves in marriages and end up being pushovers. Mel meets with the lesbian playwright. I love the playwright. She was full of personality. And quiet as it's kept, I'm somewhat interested in seeing that doggone play. Matter of fact, they need to come down here to Atlanta and do it at New Birth. Okay, because I'm pretty sure everything that's going on in that play, Jamal Bryant don't have go. This ain't even this show, and I'm right here talking about this man. Lord, forgive me for talking about your people or whatever the case may be. That just goes to show you how much these people from the church irk my spirit. But if you're looking for some more playwright lady, if you're looking for some more people to cast in this Jesus play, call Giselle Bryant and Jamal Bryant. They'll help you fulfill the prophecy with all the bullshit that go on down to the church. I would be interested in seeing Mel I think Mel would be really good at what's going on with that. Kimmi talks to Jalen. I loved that whole conversation, right? I'm going to tell you why I love it. I I'm 30. I'll be 37 tomorrow, y'all. My birthday's August 20th. And many of us in the black community, we come from households where the narrative is when you turn 18, you got to get out my house. I don't care where you go. You got to go to the military or you got to go to college, but you got to get out of here. And in my case, and in many of my counterparts' case, what happens is we get one little piece of job and our parents thrust us into the world with no type of savings, no type of nest egg, and you start life out playing catch up. That's what happened to me. I graduated from college. I came home. My daddy was like, you got 6 months to get out. I was only making $40-something thousand a year. Rent was $1,100. I literally, my first apartment with my bills and student loans and car notes, I was coming up negative $300 a month, which in turn, I was putting the rest on credit cards. And for like the first 10, 12 years of my life, being fully transparent, I had bad credit. I had horrible credit because while I was able to make my minimum payments, it took one shift in my finances and I was unable to pay my credit card bills. And then it just created this rolling spiral of just debt and bad finances and so on and so forth. And it took me a very long time to get back on track. Not to compare and not to say that all white people do it, but I was looking at some of my other friends that graduated that were of different cultures. My Indian friends were like, their parents will, where they have to come back home until they get married. A lot of my Cuban friends, their parents were like, oh no, please come back home. A lot of my white friends, their parents gifted them down payments on townhouses and condos the minute they graduated. I said all of that to say this. You know, oftentimes in the black community, and I know where it comes from in my family, my father grew up dirt poor in rural Mississippi. And oftentimes, because there was no money and very limited resources in the black community, as soon as you legally became an adult, mama and daddy said, your ass got to get out. That's one less mouth I got to feed so I can feed your other little brothers and sisters. That's where it comes from. But now, y'all, we don't live in 1940s no more. We're not in the Jim Crow South anymore. It's time that we begin to reevaluate some of these behaviors and stop doing things just because that's the way my mama did it and your mama got a 5th grade education. Or that's the way my grandma did it. Your grandma didn't even go to school. She was a sharecropper. It's time we reevaluate some of these behaviors and set our children up for success. I love what Kimmi did. She busted her ass so her son didn't have to have student loan. That Jalen, you don't know, as somebody who's got $69,000 right now in student loan debt, you don't know what your mother did for you. That is huge. And it started out as 40. It don't balloon to 69. And them people that get their money whenever the fuck I get my $1 million talk show. Until then, them hoes just gonna have to wait. Outside of that, she was like, you know, you gonna come home. And yes, you're going to pay a little bills around here. And we know, people, if you're not going to go work for Marceau, you can work for somebody else around here. We're going to help you get a little cha-cha-cha until you get things started. But he's not going to have to start his life out in debt, y'all. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Don't stop this trauma raising of kids. Because your mama did it to you and you didn't die, I'm going to do my kids the same way. No, imagine if mama would have did it differently and how much easier your life would be. And miss me with the whole struggle builds character. My daddy loved that bullshit. Don't put no artificial struggle on me because your ass went through struggle and it builds character. Yes, bad character, bitch. Because now I'm grown with a bad attitude. That's the type of character that it builds. And I'm bitter. Okay? Tisha and Marceau show up to the party. Ooh, I'm looking all thick in the hips, fat in the ass. Do you want to taste? Fat and slim in the face? Like, whatever. I don't like ghetto rap. I'm grown. I shouldn't be listening to that no way. Fuck Trina and that nasty stuff. She made me a hoe before my time. They had me listening to that hoe ass music in the 9th grade, and I was trying to be the baddest bitch. That's probably why I'm gay now. Okay, but that's a whole nother video that we're gonna talk about later. We're talking about these kids' party. Marceau and Letitia decided to show up at the party, and that was great. Tisha went to Kimmi and tried to apologize about Miss Wanda. That was cute. Marceau and Martell, normally sporting events bring guys together. I was hoping that they would have at least said a what's up and spoke. They did not, so be it. I'd rather no speak than bad speak. Tisha and Mel goes to the bank. But before that, Tisha decides she's gonna apologize to Kimmi on Miss Wanda's behalf. And I love Kimmi. She said, "You ain't got to apologize about Wanda, baby. I can handle Wanda. I got Wanda. Things are just fine. Let me and you work on me and you." Then Tisha and Mel go in the back, and all goddamn hell breaks loose because they started talking and and exchanging pleasantries, and it was going well. And I liked it. It felt like they were breaking ground. And then somewhere, the conversation got hostile. So this what I'ma do. Because y'all love to drop down in the comments and say, I'm biased, or I hate this, or I hate that. Somebody in that conversation, in that room, turned that conversation hostile. I'm going to let y'all tell me, out of Tisha and Mel, which one of them was the one that turned the conversation hostile. And with that, I'm going to get off the line because I got to get dressed and make it to set. And I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.